Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Link to the Past Randomizer 2019 tournament here on Speed Gaming 2. Today we have the first match of P-Train versus Topplife. This will be a normal, open 7-7 defeat Ganon. I'm Professor Renderer, joined by my co-commentator Zelda. A little bit of you. Yo, Zelda, are you there?
Yeah, hello?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you just fine.
I responded?
Yeah, I can hear you. let's just get going,
Okay.
all right?
Yeah.
Starting off with a sword in the sanctuary.
Yeah. So sword right off the bat, it's gonna make routing fairly easy, so they don't have to worry about dungeons. Although I don't think that either of these runners would have a problem being swordless for a lot of the seed. Just waiting on Topplife, who might just be lagging behind. Hopefully, he didn't miss the start.
Yeah, let's hope that he didn't miss the start. That'd be kind of awkward.
Okay, no, it does look like he missed the start a bit. Interesting. Okay, so we will see a pause from P-Train later on to even out the difference. So that's good to see the sportsmanship, and it looks like nothing. So Adenum won't be done for this particular up here. And we're going to be checking out the forest here in a second, see what's on the mushroom spot and in the thieves hideout. And it is a red pot immediately, so even more safety, plus allows us one extra check out of the way without having to make another trip.
Yeah, finding a bottle this early on is helpful when you're doing your Kakariko routing.
Okay, we're seeing a save and quit from P-Train. Looks like he's gonna hit from the south side of the city, possibly because of money. He's opting to see if he's gonna maybe go buy bombs. No, he is gonna go up here because he has the sword. That actually makes a lot of sense. I bet you that was the moment where P-Train read the thing from Topplife about missing the start.
It does happen from time to time. It doesn't mean at least you gotta hand to P-Train. He will be respecting Topplife here. Just yeah. But Bombos was found on the uncle.
Yeah.
P-Train heading over to the front of Escape. This is I like doing this whenever I have a sword in hand. Here's the Darkrost Heat.
What is the seat settings? Regular open mode. This is game 1.
Yeah, we will. At game 1, you'll always be seeing open 7-7 defeat Ganon, and then the loser of this race will get to choose I like to choose a one preset, like one setting that they can change, and only one setting.
Only one set in. Sorry. To make that very clear.
Yeah, one setting, and we know this firsthand. Going over to Zelda Cell.
There we go. Okay. Taking stock, I'm guessing, to see if he wants to continue to the cross check. Oh, this is where he ends up pausing then.
Yeah, this is the exact moment where this is PJ's gonna just say, okay, I'll let him, or
Oh,
not just yet. Okay, there we go.
he didn't want to use his 3 bombs to reset. So it looks like this might be where we see the 5 minutes pause. And here's our check. We have a red at EP, blue and blue at DP and TH.
So off goes Top Life, gonna grab the bombos.
And of course, Top Life doesn't have a weapon this time, unlike P-Train did.
Yeah, Top Life won't have the luxury of going into escape first, like just first thing while he's an uncle. Has to save and quit to get that sword from the sanctuary.
Looks like P-Train is opting to spin around in circles instead of just pause. I mean, as long as he's not making any progress for the 5 minutes, it's not like it's going to make a big difference.
Yeah, it makes sense for Peach to just sit around and just wait for Top Life to catch up.
Dancing around with the aggroless guard. You know what's going to be the most frustrating thing is when somebody comes in an hour and asks why there's a 5-minute difference on the timer. Shoutouts to our SG volunteer removing Top Life, removing P-Train's timer, so that we don't have to deal with the question an hour from now.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't blame Peach for having to just wait for Top Life, since because of that issue.
So now we're seeing some chats that we actually didn't get to see because P-Train just decided to save and quit out of the Thieves' Hut instead of checking the rest of Tech Rico. Buying some bombs. Looks like P Train is continuing.
Okay, we should be good to go now. Hopefully. Okay, only a shield over in Kakariko. Well, also is Quake. We're already 2 of our medallions in.
Okay.
Blind's Hut turning up the boots.
And the mirror from P-Train's side over in Escape. So that escape through was worthwhile. But Boots was also worthwhile in the village. So Topplife is going to have that advantage over P-Train. Until P-Train wants back. So it's not going to be too much of an advantage.
Top left, gonna check out the library.
And there's the flute immediately.
This reminds me of a scene I just played not too long ago.
I wish the devs let people use random toe. Hello! That's the Moon Pearl. One of 3 of our Dark World access. Train's timer's not going to be put back on. Thanks, have a nice day.
Yeah, we're just gonna focus on Top Life's timer. Top Life heading over to the dam.
Okay. Train sees the flute.
Top Life gonna check out that sunken treasure. That's an ice rod. Top Life heading over to Mini Moldrum Cave using that Bombus medallion to burn those Mini Moldrums alive.
Oh yeah, Top didn't actually go down and get the Moon Pearl. Just immediately ran back up. Hey, Fire Rod.
So both rods already in play here. A lump of another bottle.
Okay. I doubt they'll miss it for too long. Especially the way that, I mean, they can't really go far without that Moon Pearl. But it will be a little bit of a trek to walk back there. Even with the flute, that's not exactly an easy to walk back to location. So.
That is true. Top Left heading over to the the eastern area, and going over to check out Sahasrara.
And it is a heart, money, and bombs. Still no gloves or hammer to be seen. P-Train's going to get his boots shortly, which will lead him back to his flute.
Top left, heading over to Ice Rock Cave.
Yeah, somebody, pointing out in this tournament that a lot of people are orphaning, small but timely checks, even when they're kind of close by, and cost them time. In hindsight, sure, it does cost them time, but when you're at this level, when everyone is at this level, you have to make a few plays here and there.
Yeah, and you always got to consider that Rando is going to Rando. Like some of these checks, if they have like huge progression, like in some places, like let's say like Catfish or Zora or whatever, these checks do add up. Like whenever you find some progression, it just happens to be there.
Yep. And as Topplife forgets his Moon Pearl, P-Train has forgotten his flute. He went in there and out of there so fast, I'm wondering if it even registered that the flute was there. Because he left almost instantly. So I was wondering if he even registered that the flute was sitting there. But also, yeah, somebody was mentioning, the false start could have thrown them off a little bit.
Yeah, the false start kind of throwing off Topplife. That could actually have some consideration in like their mental state or mental game or the mental game. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
And there is the blue cane. Flute is on the library, which P-Train had went into quickly. And yeah, they both are actually missing an item within two little bits of each other. I wonder if P-Train's gonna leave someplace, check his inventory, and realize he doesn't have that flute.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem because considering that flutes is in a spot where you could actually, it's actually not too bad when you consider going to do like from the top to the bottom of Kakariko. In case of P-Train, he went from the bottom to the top.
Oh, here we go. I think he figured it out.
Hey, half magic.
Oh, nice. Also, the flute does give us access to Death Mountain, so it's actually pretty important because it seems like that's where our next item is going to be.
Yeah, this will actually be in logic, except for the old man cave, but really, who cares? Topplife gets the knowledge about the blue cane.
Topplife will now acknowledge that Adina is useless.
While P-Train is starting the flute. And getting a duck.
Train running up to go do Bonk Rock.
Now I wonder if P-Train will go up the mountain just from this after doing this Bonk Rock checks.
I mean, he might if he had gloves. But he'll definitely flute up there and then go the reverse way to get the end. Oh, no, he's not going there just yet. And do some South Shore stuff.
Yep, that's fine.
Oh yes, Hera is definitely a possibility. And then the P-Train might be avoiding it for now because he's still at the South Shore down here.
Well, Toplife's gonna run back to get that Moon Pearl.
Yeah.
Or at least see that he has got the Moon Pearl. He's putting it blind.
Fire Rod. P-Train. Oh yeah, switch with Fire Rod. It's almost definitely Hera for progression.
And Top Life is gonna head up the mountain.
Top Life getting away through the dark cave.
This is one of the more easier dark rooms to do.
They all just take practice. The only one that actually kind of can for Top Life, there's still a lot you can do on the mountain. Oh no, there isn't a lot he can do on the mountain. He needs the mirror.
Yeah, he'll need to grab that mirror eventually. Both runners, understandably for Top Life, Peter actually going to skip out on doing Zora just for a little bit. I'm thinking he's going to do Hobo, then back to Zora.
Yep. Interestingly, Top Life could have, what was it, done something different here. Could have checked like the top of the mountain first, but I guess there's more chets here, so he wants to make sure that, you know, he doesn't find the hook shot here after climbing the mountain once. Hook shot or the mirror. This is actually the second race I've calmed where somebody skipped Zora.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
But while being in the area, actually. So it wasn't just a... Oh, Zora's not in logic, but so is the other thing that he checked, so...
Yeah, currently the flipper checks are just out of logic because we don't have the flippers yet, and we don't have a glove to make Zora even a logical thing. Green Pennant is on Skull Woods. Top Life gonna take a depth warp to head back to the front.
We had a map check. Top Life checked it right away. Red, EP, blue, DP, blue, TH.
And the mirror was in the back of Escape coming up for Top Life.
Oh. Interestingly, that means that the lamp has to be up here. Not mirror lot. So the lamp has... Oh no! The fire rod can be used to get through here now. That's right. Fire rod is logically possible for escape, so... Never mind.
Yeah, but the front part is not
There
a
it is.
logic. If we had a glove, we could have done the back of Escape that led to the logical Dark Cross.
Well, the Dark Cross is logical with Fire Rod, I believe. From the front.
Oh, all right. Speaking of the glove, there's the
Yeah,
glove.
but either way, we found the glove, so... I guess it could have either been glove or the other one. And here is a nice little quick hover to save some time.
It's only a hammer away from Dark World access, or a glove, or another glove.
Yep. Hammer would be nice here, because then we could access the other side of the mountain. Either way, this dungeon is completable, and I'm sure that they'll finish it.
Yeah, this will be a
Hey, hammer!
pretty easy dungeon. Dude, speaking of the hammer, so there's Dark World access. This is actually the dungeons fire a lot. We have a fire rod, so we can finish this dungeon. Yay! I love this dodging from P-Train. This
So we're gonna continue on here. Grab the gloves. And then we're gonna see the other way to get across here without going the long way, which is a little bomb jump. You have to kind of clip into the wall here slightly to look into the corner. And once you've done that,
yeah, it's a little tricky, but there is a good visual visual cue that I personally do. I light up the sword with the sides of the hit tile.
so Topplife is gonna come in here and find his hammer. He already has, my bad.
Peter gonna do a bomb jump to get to the big chest. Nothing in here, but it looks like a process of elimination. We do have an item on Moldorb, if I'm remembering this correctly.
One slash. Hammer. Slash and then hammer so that it doesn't go wild. There we go.
And there's first blood for P-Trade.
And P-Train going to East Death Mountain. Just a piece of the heart on Mirror Cave.
We're gonna check out Spiral Cave. There's some bobs.
Life being a little bit careful to the low HP. Sneak in there. And a little bit more clipping. Using the mirror on P-Train's side to make a shortcut here. Save a little bit of time. Top Life is grabbing an extra heart just to be safe.
Yeah, you hit the switch which has a whole bunch of hearts underneath pots, so it's helpful for if you want some health for this fight.
And there we go. Easy. Blue mail. Piece of heart. Missed the other one. Red. And piece of heart. So we're just gonna leave. Now we've got access to most of Dark World, so we'll be curious to see where P-Train decides he wants to start his trek. If he wants to start north or southing. Looks like he's actually going to go back onto the mountain to Flute. So we'll see from here. Could be any of the options, honestly. But probably Cat. Nope, he is going to here.
Gonna have to have her hype cave.
As well as, so looks like he's going to hope for Titans, because that will make the route in quite easily. With the mirror, could also find the flippers here, and that would give him access to Swamp.
Yeah, we won't be able to finish it just because we the fact we don't have the hook shot. Going to go and check out Hype Cave or K73 or whatever you want to call it. 3 bobs, 20 rupees. Remember said 20 rupees. A Master Sword, alright. Yeah, 50 rupees. Okay. Sword's not bad. I mean, sword's really good, but like, it's just a sword. Just we don't have like a whole lot that we can do. Well, we had found the book. We could just get like we would have the tablets, of course.
And looks like P-Train's going to check out the 2 locations that they can get to from, or 3 actually, because they have the mirror.
And from Cave 73, we're going to Cave 45.
Okay.
And P-Train heading over to the Dig game. And Top Life is going to flute over to Kakariko.
And just 20.
Now, Top Life can clear Skull Woods for the green pendant if he wants to.
I mean, with half magic, it would be fairly easy feat to accomplish. So checking the map now, and that will probably change his decision. Whatever it was, and yeah, gonna avoid Skull. Although not even checking the front items is interesting.
Yeah, I saw Swamp as a pendant. Just gave for Top Life, just 20 rupees.
Or 50, I think. Could be neither. Oh, it was the 20. I actually thought that was seated. I thought they always got the same 2. Interesting.
Top Life heading for Thieves Town. Well, T-Train's gonna do a little more Village of Outcast checks. 10 arrows in the Bombable Hut. There's the all-important big key. So there's 2 items in the back. We can get them all with that hammer.
I mean, it's completed and thin anyway, so.
Of course, yeah.
We're curious to see what P-Train does after this. He's definitely set up to go north, so Bumper Cave, check Bumper Cave, check Grave, check In's Tomb. There's Skull Woods is possible.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to do on North Dark World. That is true, GFE. Just to bring that up in the chat. North Death Mountain that does count as North Dark World. And looks like we're gonna find the last 2 items and the last 2 possible checks they can really do, which is the big chest and blind. First one is 3 bombs.
Blind fight on top life.
So far, so good with the script. And only 20 rupees, but more importantly, that's top life second crystal and 2 Pete trades. C-shaped house is going to be 20 rupees. And P-Train is going to head up north. Gonna go for Skull Woods. There is 3 items if you count Sahasrara's Green Pendant. And immediately gonna head for the back for P-Train. And the answer question chat, yes, this is 7-7. This is the first game, so it'll be open 7-7 to beat Ganon. And yeah, Peach are gonna head for the back of Skullwood's gonna grab that green pendant. Well, Toplife's gonna head over to Hype Cave, gonna grab that Master Sword. Peach are gonna drop down into the Mafia fight. And that was a pretty clean fight for Peach right. And the big key is what drops from Mafia. Grabs that green pendant. Top left gonna head over to the pyramid ledge. And that's Titan's bits? Yeah, that's definitely Titan's bits. Yeah, this is not. I like this. I really like the Titan's bits just right now. And Top Life just gonna follow those Titan's bits and go over to the Mire area. Couldn't quite catch that. What was carved for Misery Mire. And there's the single arrow in the Mire area, in the Mire shed, along with the red boomerang. And Peach are gonna hover over to the big for a map.
Yeah, no, those oh, hey, some area. That actually gives us access to Childer Rock, possibly. Once each of them find their opposing item.
And Top Left heading for Desert Palace. And only 20 rupees is the now not guaranteed keyless, like not guaranteed key of pinball room. Seems like there was nothing on the Bumper Cave. Gonna go for Graveyard Ledge next. And red mail on the Graveyard Ledge. Gonna pick that up. Now, the fact that the red mail is in plain sight, I would imagine that Top Life, whenever he goes over to Graveyard Ledge, he might just skip it out because it's really just it's way too much defense. It's like a way of just like, hey, here's something that you probably don't need this much defense, but just take it. Yes.
P-Train, so I'm going to make his way around oddly due to his lack of Titans.
And there's Top Life's third crystal. Now gonna head over to Checkerboard Cave while P-Trade's gonna check out Catfish. Both coming up nothing. Coming up dry. Well, okay, now P-Trade's gonna check out Zora.
Which he had not done earlier. Possibly, maybe it was the mirror, but Ice Palace could be the next move for Top Life. P-Train did what I did earlier, doing my Mystery Seed, forgot I didn't have Flipper, and went that way. And then I died, because it turned out the Zoras dealt 8 hearts of damage,
F.
and they fireballed you. So that was fun.
F. Top Life, yeah, going to go to Ice Palace while P-Trade gonna check out Zora. Nothing on Zora Ledge. And 300 rupees. Okay, not a bad loss.
It's Canadian loan shark. It's the Canadian version of loan shark fish.
Okay,
Because
fair
we have-
enough.
Joke because we have better regulations.
Right away, there's our first item in Ice Palace.
And P-Train's gonna get his other glove here. Hello, that was a weird bounce.
And now P-Trade gonna go over to the Pyramid Ledge, gonna grab that Titan's bits.
Quick kill on the Skellies. Nice dash.
P-Trade opts to save and quit. Wonder what he'll do next. Oh wait, I saw KSMR. Where was that at?
I don't exactly remember now, but I remember calling it out when he found it. Yep, I remember him finding it. Almost for Misery Mire, which means that might actually have progression as well.
It appears that Bubbles is required for Misery Buyer. So if we have to, we could just, just enter it if we so choose. 2 items there.
Oh, powder in ice.
Opens up the magic bat.
Yeah, Kane install it, so that means yes, that's right.
Okay, KS go once. And opted to grab the other cane. Top Life drops down into the cold stair fight. You can use that Bombos medallion to break the shell open.
And then going to try to get them into the corner and then swap the fire rod.
The fact that half magic was available so early, this makes this fight a lot easier. And yeah, it's a quick kill. Pretty much. And that key does mean that the dungeon was Samaria locked.
Top Life, I believe, skipped part of the dungeon, yeah. The part that very rarely has hook shot, but can have hook shot.
It looks like Top Life gonna go over to Skull Woods. Or gonna go over to Village of Outcasts.
They have Titan's Mint, so they're probably doing Smith Chain.
Oh yeah, that does work. That the Smith chain works. Because now you can lump in the magic battle after you're done. To answer a question in chat, yeah, the bow can be at the pedestal. I just looked at it. Although, really, I don't think you'd really want to grab the bow on the pedestal because unless it's just there's no other options. You're better off just looking for another bow elsewhere. Alright, Top Life. Gonna check out the blacksmith, see what they have for 5 rupees. Just some love. Lugs carries the purple chest along with him with the magic bat check. Does mirror bonk, but a little adjustment, and he's through. Whoops. Good use of the bomb to negate the mirror portal.
Let's see if anything is there, because that is an item that Top Life has. And it's the shovel!
Oh dear. Here we go again. And Quake is also required for Turtle Rock, so we're good on medallions. And 20 rupees from the purple chest. Well, Petra gonna go and check out the super body cave. Nothing there. Alright, Top Life gonna check the dig spot. Only 5 rupees. Alright, Petra gonna go over and check out the hookshot cave. 20 rupees. Probably gonna hover this. Yep, it's gonna go for it. It's not a bad hover, because you have have two other blocks. You can only do like, you can do this in like 2 hovers. And a blue potion.
Yes, interesting.
That's actually a good potion to have.
Bonk. Gonna have to do this the long way with the second room here, or the third room here.
Yeah, without a hook shot, really, this becomes a long process. Now, Petrie can clear the game with just the bow in hand, and this will be a hover seed run. Now, but logically, the game expects you to have the hook shot for Gas Tower. If I'm getting this correctly.
Yes. But yes, if P-Train, if Bo's not locked behind flippers, then we're good.
Yeah, Top Life really needs to go and check out Skull Woods for that KSMaria. Now,
Oh, mid key, small key.
alright, cool. So after that, really, if Top Life finds the hook shots, then that could really offset his hover, like his hover seed, just from Peach's hover seed, since really it's not a big deal. And Top Life picks up the pot. That's
Yeah,
not
a little
what
bit of
I
an
wanted.
accident. These bonds are not hard at all. Just gotta know what you're doing.
Alright, yeah, he's gonna just go and leave. So far, P-Train is going through Total Rock. Not a big deal. Looks like Top Life is going to go into Pod. Now, Pod isn't a bad play to make. Yeah, we're still missing a bow. It does have the density. There's Ether. That's all 3 medallions. Again, we don't really need it, but it's there.
Okay, we're going into pod. And no pod is in. No, someone did part of Eastern.
I think I want to believe that Top Life was the one who did Eastern. Pete, check out the Mimic Cave, or as I personally call it, the Gorilla Cave, because that's what they're called, gorillas. Only 20 rupees. And a fire shield for Top Life. And he's out of there. Okay, he actually never did Eastern.
I swear someone went into EP.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. If it was P-Train, then I guess it made sense, but honestly don't know. Now this dark room isn't terrible, the one in P-Train's in, because you have that platform. It's just getting the initial platform, and just if you know how to get through it, then you should be okay. Otherwise, it might be a little bit of a difficult time.
If P-Train finds the bow in TR, it's pretty much over. Oh, well, okay, sure.
All right.
That's not what he wanted to find in TR, but...
Mushroom.
Mushroom. Morse! Okay, well, interesting.
So there's so we have not only a hook shot, but we also have the mushroom. Swamp Palace pretty much ready to go.
Yeah, without the flippers, like, it's definitely not ice. But like, if with that hook shot, I would trying to figure out what I would lean towards.
This Trinex fights is gonna be pretty standard, but this is Master Sword, so it takes a little longer than just a tempered sword. So yeah.
He might also swap to hammer once he's done this spin. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense because the hammer does tempered sword damage, so it takes a lot of time off just doing Master Sword.
It's also a pretty generous hitbox there, so
yeah, it offsets the hammer's small hitbox. Just a piece of heart, but more importantly, that crystal.
just, you know, with I wonder what P-Train's next thing is gonna go.
Doing Spike Cave, looks like.
That makes sense.
And this is where I find the fire rod in one of the races I did, and that took me like 2 hours.
Oh, okay, so he's going into Misery Mire on top life side.
This is going to be rough because he's still without the Case of Mario. Then again, since this is a pendant, I don't think it should be that big of a deal. Ooh, flippers. Time to go to Swamp Palace.
Swamp Palace time.
Time to go to Swamp Palace. Oh,
and
dear Lord. Oh,
immediately check the hookshot locked air location there. Like, I wouldn't even bother with like hammer lock spots on it. Well, no, I mean I would, but it's definitely not on left side. Like,
if it's on left side, I'm going to laugh.
Oh, never mind. He's going to Ice Palace. That is crystal.
It's not a bad idea. Don't get me wrong. It is a bad idea.
Oh no! If Bo is in the back of ice, the part that Top Life didn't check,
and that was also Samaria locked.
Yeah.
That is going to pretty much seal the deal with this race, I think, just pretty much. And Top Life gets a Godmire, but it's a pendant. You don't need to clear this.
I mean, it could be. Bo can be on pedestal. It is a possibility. It's unlikely, but it is. Oh, hey, another sword.
Yeah, but again, since the bows are progressive, why would you want to ever go there unless you have no other options?
Because the other bow could very easily be in GT. If you know
Yeah,
where
that's-
one bow is, it's better than. Oh, Toplife forgot to grab the T up here.
Yeah, that does make sense. If you have to go and if it's GT, it has a bow, then yeah, that's like the one exception. That's something I kind of wanted to know for the longest time. If the bow is on ped, what would happen if it just because of the whole V31 having progressive bows thing. All right, Petra gonna not hover this, but it's just gonna do the bomb jump. Diagonal hovering is tricky because of course you have to do everything all in one frame, or at least re-grab the A button at the same frame, like just as you release it or something like that. Or at least one. I forget, but.
Yes, Toplife's got to do this the correct way. It's no hook shot.
AKA the one that you, AKA the not so cheaty way of doing this particular bait chest.
Well, you're in. That's actually that's technically the cheaty way, quote unquote. You're supposed to have hook shot at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's actually the unintended way. That's why it's like so close, even when you do it correctly. Red Cane is in Skull.
And I think Top could grab this. Yeah, he's gonna head up to Skullwoods now. He's gonna grab it. All right, there's one other chest that you can, that is look shot lots, and just a key. And there's KSMRA for Top Life. No, he
Oh.
never did. Top Life never did Ice Tea. He went straight for the boss.
Oh, powder. Oh wait, we already had powder.
Yeah, we already have the powder.
V-Train also didn't skip iced tea because of the fall? No. Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
The way.
Oh, hello, lamp. Okay, that's not useful at all.
Yeah, because I mean, you already know like these runners at this top at this level, they pretty much know what all the dark rooms look like. So not a
And they
big
have
deal.
the fire rod, so.
Yeah, the fire rod too. Yeah, who needs logic? Anyway, Petra gonna drop down into the cold stair fight. So after P-Train's done, I'm hoping that he might do Swamp Palace. Yeah, you have 6 items in there. It's very, very dense.
Okay, bow hunt continues, probably to swamp.
Yeah, it would make sense for P-Train to go Swamp if he decides to go that way. It's gonna go and check out the mushroom now. Is it on the mushroom? No, just 3 bombs. To answer a question in chat, yes, we are in bow mode. And yeah, P-Train was technically in bow mode for a good while, up until the hookshot came up, which would bring everything back into logic.
It could be on ped, yes, but unlikely. Unlikely that it's the only bow on ped.
All right, P-Train gonna go and check out the green pendant on Sahasrara. Just a heart piece.
GG, no!
Now, one thing that P-Train can do is he can do the potion camera unlock once he pretty much exhausts the other all the other checks that he can do.
Which
that's not bow locked.
could damn a bow.
Yeah, that could happen if the bow is there. That'd be pretty karma, but like it means like okay, it's gonna hover over to this chest.
Oh yes, please.
Too difficult.
Make it. It actually, no, this is one of the hardest hovers in the game, so.
For P-Train, it's not.
I mean, just because he made it look easy. That is the hardest hover in the game.
I mean, yeah, it is true. Yeah, I'll give you credit for that. It is hard.
I've only seen that correctly done twice. Once by TGH and once by Andy. So I see a lot of people try it and then give up after they fail the first time because it's also a bit time loss when you fail it. Definitely,
oh no, kidding. Yeah,
definitely good still there. It saves them a lot of time because the potion unlock would take a while.
Yep. All right, top left, gonna go and check out the Korea cave.
Top left continuing with his trip here. Does that mean Bo isn't here? I mean, it means that Bo, the first Bo, isn't logically here. but is still a location the bow can be, because the second bow can be anywhere. Finding a bow here would be great because it would mean that he can just mirror back. Interesting that both runners ended up going here without the lamp. That's Turtle Rock.
All right, here's the big key for the dark maze. From the dark maze. And 20 rupees. P-Train's out.
Try and avoid that Swamp Palace.
Yeah, at this point you definitely should be going for Swamp Palace.
Well, he's trying to avoid pendants, which is what most people do.
To answer your question, chat, yes, P-Train did do Hookshot Cave. Only came out with a potion, and that was it. Though at the time he did not have the hookshot, so he hovered it. Alright, top left on the phase 2 of the Tridex fight. This fight is actually a lot easier with the fact that he has tempered. There's the crystal from Tridex for top life. PJ mirrors out of ice Eastern Palace. I really need sleep. All right, looks like he might be doing the blacksmith chain for Pete on P-Train's side. Top life, we're gonna grab the flippers from out of Spike Cave. Now, Okay, so is this the play for swap palace for top life? It's looking like it so far. Yeah, this is the swap house play. And I feel like this is the correct decision. The correct call to make. Like, you've done enough crystal dungeons to get yourself up to 5 crystals. Or 6. No, 5. Alright, but Peach are gonna go and check out the magic bat. Which is something that Top Life did. Here's the mandatory key. Answer question chat, yes, this is bow mode. Peter has been in there for a while because he did hovers to get into a position where he could clear this if the hookshot was not in Turtle Rock. And Patriot's going to be pretty disappointed here because that's 5 rupees and that's nothing here. All right, Patriot going to join up on Top Life to do the swap house check. Now the bow is here. The Top Life is in go mode, and will actually has sword advantage. Well, actually, no. I'm sorry. If the bow is here in sword mode, it's go mode, then he has sword advantage. And Top Left actually head to the back of Swap House. If Petrie finds the bow in left side swap, I don't know what Top Life will do afterwards. Like, this will cost him a bit of time to actually head back to left side swap.
Okay, so I assume that we're gonna find the bow here.
Yeah, it's looking like it so far. I mean, well, it's the only play you can really make. There it is, as you just said it. That's go mode for top life at 1753.
And exactly as I said, it was definitely not on the left side. I had a feeling that it was definitely going to be on the other side there.
You're some sort of psychic. Just for some reason, you're just some sort of psychic in this race. Like you beat me well in the series we did, but yeesh.
I wish I did better in the other tournament, just because I'm just very rusty.
Well, it didn't choke away game 1. Oh well. All right. Anyway, Top Life gonna go over and clear out Pod first, then do Eastern.
Oh, P-Train's doing left side.
This is gonna hurt.
I mean, he's got a more direct path to the bosses, at least, but yeah. It's definitely not GG. Maybe the other bows on left side. That would be funnier.
Yeah, that would be great. Just to see another bow, like the other bow being on left side swamp. That would just put some salt in the wound. And also put P-Train in a not too bad position. Okay, this is rather slow, but compared to just going to the back, but anything for top life. Well, top life's gonna have to find the big key anyway, so because he never went into it fully. Because he did go in, but left after checking out the chest in the basement. Okay, so there a bow on left side swamp. 50 rupees. And a Harkitator. Okay, no, it's not here.
That's unfortunate. Again, he will have a faster time in the 2 dungeons themselves.
Top Life gotta go and do the rest of the dungeon. Got that big key of the dark maze, blind of course. And he's off to fight off Helmasar next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that as dire as this kind of almost looks, there we go. I think that there's still a good chance that like it's still gonna come down to execution.
And Peach gonna do the same thing Top Life's doing and gonna head for the back. We should have her pod first. Now, P-Train will have, I guess, a little bit of an advantage because he went in and did the entirety of pod, and Top Life just got in shortly after just to grab the big key.
Best of 3, yes. Oh yes, tonight no. Yeah, definitely not. I don't think there was one race that got played all in one day.
My hat's off to you, whoever did that one batch.
It was Yod Moth and his opponent. Well, there's more matches today, Heron, so you just because it won't be this one, there's definitely, if you type in !ALTTPR, you will see the schedule, and there are tons of races all day. Unfortunately, over the next week, there will be a lot less races, but that's because GDQ starts tomorrow, so a lot of people will be away at GDQ, including volunteers, so race is taking a bit of a...
If you're not familiar with GDQ, then you should definitely go and check them out. It's an excellent charity event. And Top Life getting 300 rupees, but more importantly, that's what he's going in dungeons. The 6 crystal. P-Train's on a bad dash to get over to the back. Now, I'll stress this again. Top Life has Sword Advantage.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't find the other sword in GT.
Yeah, and the third sword was in Misery Mire.
The fourth sword could be in GT, and then for Ganon's purposes, it doesn't make much of a difference, except for in Phase 1. But even then, there are some patterns where it's not that big of a difference. Depends on if you can get in with spins easily.
Gotcha.
Train just slashing. Now, if it ends up being silverless, that's a huge difference. So if they don't find the other bow, that will definitely be in his favor on top life side.
Yes, that is true. Top Life, all the way over to the back. This back is logical. If I remember this correctly. All right, Top Life, gonna do the Arbos Knights fight. And that is clean.
Oh, I finally figured out what I say that triggers Tortana. Good quick kill seems to trick my voice to speech to bring up Cortana. That is very odd.
All right, we're off to Gata's tower, and actually the bot is working, finally, I think. Gata's tower has 22 locations where a big key can potentially be. There's 21 chests in the torch, 122 get your guests in chats, etc., etc. I'm going to just say 13. Okay, now the bot is working. Okay, good. All right, Patreon is also off to Gata's tower that with the 7 crystals in hand. And to answer question, chat, the bow was in Pendant Swamp Palace in the back, the flooded chests. Wait a minute. Oh, must be refilling his arrows. That's fine. All right, 21 chests and a torch. Let's do this. All right, first one is a heart container, and second one is 50 rupees. There's no key in the back, no key here, so we have to go into the left. And number 3 is a key. We're gonna just go and pick that up. Whoop. There we go. All right, now 4, 5, 6, and 7, I think. Yeah, here's 4, 20 rupees, 5, a key, 6, 10 arrows, and 7, the meteor shield. Now, considering that Hope Room only had items, there shouldn't be any routing differences between the two runners. Number 8 is a bug net. Okay, actually, no. Actually, after I thought about it, you could just Dark Magician, and that could also be like what decides it. All right, number 9 is a key.
It's still very close, so I mean, it's just without that sword or silvers, I just don't think he trained in Top Life in the Ganon fight. Especially with their armor and health, like they've got a lot of health.
And we're up to 13. I'm gonna go check out Bob's chest, number 14. Alright, there's no time difference because P-Train's gonna do the same routes as Top Life's. Nope, up to the Arbos fight, or Ice Arbos fight.
Very good red moraine strat there. What? I don't think I've ever seen that before. I didn't know that you could clip through those fire guys like that.
Final Arbos side is not giving Top Life any mercy. There we go. Alright, 15, 16, and 17. 15 is the big key in its normal location.
And a cape, which will actually help if P-Train grabs it. Only 4 arrows. Oh, they don't have enough arrows. Well, no, wait, no, they can pick. I think that I think there's an arrow pot coming up, so they just have to not miss in this room coming up. As long as they don't miss in this room, there's an arrow pot in the next room.
Yeah, missing a shot here would be catastrophic. Alright, he's got it.
Okay, and you could tell the way that they were shooting that they were being careful. Now they can't miss twice. Oh. Oh!
There we go.
Oh, that fairy bailed him out a little bit.
And Muller J. Bradley wins the Big Key guessing game from what the bot's telling us.
Okay, it looks like Top Life is deciding to just Oh, arrow miss there.
All right, now the PJ what can really hope for is if he finds silver arrows upcoming in the final 4 chests of the game. Top Life doesn't really need to do this. It doesn't need to go check that.
I mean, if silver's in those chests, it does save more time than you lose. That was a cool way to do that.
Yeah, that sounds not bad actually.
Although somehow missed both of them with the next one.
Just recently learned this. This Wizroom too. So it's really satisfying to pull that off once you know what to do. Right now, Will looks like he's gonna do this. Oh yeah, book and 3 bombs. Ten arrows. That's gonna help Top Life. Not like it matters though, because it have silver arrows.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is the last chest? Does the last chest of the game have what we need? No, just 3 bombs. So it's gonna be a serverless fight.
Yep. That is going to mean that P-Train is going to have to execute extremely well, and Top Life will have to make a mistake. I don't normally like to say, that, but when we're this close to the end, it is somewhat true in that, this is, at this point, Top Life's game to lose.
Yeah, a fall would put P-Train and Top Life really close. But considering that Top Life has the sword advantage, I think the worst tech Top Life can really get is 2 balls.
Yeah, that Moldorm fight got a little sketchy there. Thank goodness Moldorm only has 1 hitbox.
All right, Top Life takes care of Aga 2 off to fight Ganon.
I mean, P-Train is definitely making up ground where they can. It's a nice double from P-Train.
All right, these first phases aren't too bad. P-Train's off to fight Ganon now. Once again, a fall from Top Life Oh, the silver were in GT. It's on the right side.
Oh no. That's where another sword could have been too, based on the amount of other items we saw elsewhere. If P-Train did do Dark Magician, they probably would have had... Yeah, I think at this point, Top Life has got this one. Seems to be doing Silverless quite well.
Yeah, the
Setting
silver's
up the
fight isn't.
triples.
The silver's fight ain't bad. If you know if you know how to set it up, just if you want to know how to actually do this fight, just follow what Top Life's doing. Just set up torch clears because that'll help. It'll make the silverless fights a lot less
Oh!
stupid.
I'll be using the tape here.
Hmm.
Please no liquid in router. It's very quiet in here.
It is quiet. Yes. I'll focus on Peach right here. He's currently on phase 2, but now entering phase 3.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
Okay.
There we go. All right, looks like
Yeah, if people could definitely not like, yeah. As the GG from Top Life, very close, strange seed.
yeah, it was a weird seed from start to finish.
So that does mean that P-Train will get to make the change. If he'd like to change any of the settings. I know that a lot of people who are able to hover do like to change it to sit-sits, because it increases the chance that your hover will actually become an advantage.
But get your GC chats for P-Trade. It's gonna finish out the seed. I will get the results here, just side by side. Just waiting for P-Trade to finish this up. But Top Lane did finish it first with a time of official SRL time of 1:46.05, and P-Trade finishing second with a official SRL time of 1:48.54. And we are joined by Top Life. And actually, before we actually have P-Train coming in as
and P-Train.
well. GG to both of you.
GG's.
So yeah, we've heard about the weird start that you two had.
Yeah. Yeah, I never managed to collect myself after that. So like I couldn't remember what I picked up in the start, and yeah. Yeah, I didn't manage to think properly during the seed, but I guess it wasn't that bad in the end. I don't know.
Yeah, the scene we were talking about this like at the end. The scene was very weird, both from start to finish, and just it. I think the Swamp Palace play, from top, like from you, I think it really kind of set a precedent to like we were thinking about this from the very start. It was like, what were your thoughts about getting the bow within Swamp Palace at that point in time for you? And
Pretty much expected it to be there. And like, yeah, if it wasn't there, I was pretty sure that P-Train had already finished pretty soon, so... I didn't really have much choice there. I probably would have done Swamp Palace a lot earlier, maybe even before Hookshot if I had the flippers earlier, so...
And I'm never really good with interviewing, but I honestly don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know. For me, I put off Swamp for the longest. Just 'cause, I don't know. I tend to not want to do pendants. Also, I felt like I know many times when I'm playing people, they'll gamble pendants really early. So I tend to avoid that play. I probably would have fake flippered into ice before even doing swamp, even diving swamp. But then the flippers showed up with where they were. I had a relatively early cane, so I really wanted the information on what medallion Turtle Rock was. So I go up to Turtle Rock, I see that it's Quake, I can full clear it. Let's go ahead and do Dark Death Mountain first, just in case a bow is there. So that of course didn't turn out to anything, so clear Turtle Rock, go get flippers, and literally I'm thinking, oh great. Like at this point, flippers are the last thing I want to see. So so I go to ice, I full clear it basically for a lamp, and didn't feel great about that. So then I had I had Pod and Eastern, I had the Smith Chain, I had Meyer, and I had Swamp Palace. I was hoping, I get really nervous about skipping Sphere 1 locations, so I really wanted to make a play for Eastern, and of course, if you're going in that area, you might as well do Pod and Eastern anyways. I felt pretty comfortable with that play, even as nothing came up, because Pod had a late big key, and Eastern had a late big key, so I didn't feel like I lost much time there at all. And then it was a choice between Meyer or Swamp or the Smith Chain, and I just opted for the overworld clear, as opposed to diving pendants. And then I made that really stupid left side swamp play. I needed a bow and I needed a sword, and I was hoping, I'm like, maybe Top Life also was on Master Sword with no bow. So let me do left side swamp, because that's a play not many people would make. And maybe I find a sword or a bow over there. Unfortunately, it did not play out that way.
Yeah, there was a sword. The credits actually did say there was a sword on the pedestal, which is great. But the other sword was on Misery Meyer.
Yeah, Top Life mentioned that. Which I don't know. I mean, between Swamp and Meyer, I think Meyer might be the better choice. Generally, I tend to favor earlier, locations that are accessible early over locations that are accessible late. So Meyer was a serious concern of mine, but I just picked the 6 items over the 2 items, and that's literally the only reason why I went into Swamp over Meyer. And also, I was really trying to avoid pendants as long as the Hover Dream was still alive, to be honest. So I'm like, oh man, if I have to go into a pendant dungeon for Hookshot, and I'm able to skip that, then I have a serious advantage. So then whenever Hookshot showed up on Laser Bridge, from that point, I was hoping against a pendant dungeon, but I felt like it was probably a pendant dungeon. So I cleared the crystal dungeon I could access. I dove the reasonably dense 2 crystals that I could dive without the bow, being Pod and Eastern. And then as like a Hail Mary, I did Smiths before finally choosing Swamp. But even as I was doing Smiths, I'm just like, man, if this works out, it's great. But I really feel like Swamp's the play right now.
Yeah. Outside of that, though, since you have the option to pick, what's are you gonna choose for game 2?
I don't know. My knee-jerk reaction is always 6-6.
I told it.
I promise to God, it has nothing to do with hovering. It really doesn't. And it's kind of ironic too because this would have been the worst seed to do a 6-6 on. You know, like what? Because what I'm scared about getting burned on is an ice rod hunt or something like that. So, so that's really what I want to avoid. But then you get a seed like this where Bo is tucked away in a pendant dungeon, and you know both Pod and Eastern are crystal. So 6-6 would have been completely irrelevant in this seed. So I don't know. It's kind of a hard call. I'm gonna mull over. I'm not committing to 6-6 right now. Also, I think yesterday, like almost everybody that picked 6-6 yesterday lost to it when they had the option. So I don't want to be one of those guys.
Yeah, but you could always lose to your pick.
Yeah, you could. I mean, you could do standard. You could do map cup and stuff. But we'll wait and see what you decide for game 2.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. You know, Top Life. Did you like? How were you feeling through the seed? Like, I know you were talking about tilt at the beginning, but as you went through the seed, like, was there any point where you felt like good? Like, oh yeah, sweet, I found this, and now I'm in a really good place right now.
I actually felt, well, I never felt good. I felt decent when I just jumped into ice and got 2 items pretty fast and yeah, skipped more. But yeah, when I did, I was going up the Dark Death Mountain to pick up the 6 items there. And then I remember I didn't have the hook shot, and then I was just, yeah, now I'm really screwed. And then I sort of forgot I had a portion too, so I didn't check Spike anywhere else up there. But I guess that saved me because then I got the hook shot before going into Swamp. But,
yeah, that was one of the things I was hoping for, is that maybe you got baited into a hookless swamp dive. But off the top of my head, I can't really remember where Quake was. I think it was really early. Like, I think it was in Kakariko.
The boots were really early. It was Kakariko.
So yeah, I figured when you went out, I mean, it didn't occur to me that you might not get the cane, because it was in the front of Skullwood. So I was like, oh well, even if he only did the front, you know, you got the good stuff out of it. And the green pendant ended up being, I think, a piece of heart or something silly like that. So yes. I felt a little weird about that, but at the same time, when I cleared Skull Woods, so the way I routed the Dark World, like because I had the mirror, I went to Hype Cave and then just decided to loop all the way around. So I went Hype Cave, you know, Dig Game, Thieves Town, Skull Woods, Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb, Catfish, a route that ended with me finding mitts. So that was unfortunate because I cleared a ton of overworld before I finally got to those mitts. So when I did Skull Woods, it just made sense because at that point I had like a few overworld locations or Bolus, Eastern, and Pod. So I went ahead and cleared it from the back to the front so I can go ahead and get that green pendant. But it didn't pay off. But just with the Canes location, I figured your first trip up to Death Mountain, you were probably clearing Turtle Rock, which means you probably got hookshot. Maybe even flippers. I don't know your habits when it comes to skipping things. I didn't know if you would have tried to skip Spike Cave or not. But yeah.
Well, normally I think I would have gotten cane before, and normally I think I would have gotten everything up there on my first trip. But yeah, that was one of the moments where I probably ended up just because I weren't thinking properly.
Other than that, though, any final thoughts on this entire seed before we wrap things up?
I was really hoping to win a game 1 for once. I have not won a game 1 this entire tournament. So it's kind of, I just think it's kind of funny that I lost this in 2. So not looking too forward to being a game down for game 2, but nevertheless, I'm really enjoying the tourney experience. I love this format. I'm having fun with it. So unfortunately, this one didn't work out in my favor, but looking very forward to the second race. And GG again, Top Life.
Yeah, GG.
All right, that's gonna do it for them. Be sure to follow both these 2 runners. We'll provide all the information in chat. Our tracker for tonight was GFE_12. You could follow them on twitch.tv/ptrade24 and twitch.tv/topplife, TOPPLIFE, and myself, Professor Rendered, all in one word, twitch.tv/Professor Rendered, all one word, and then my co-commentator Zeldis at Zeldis_SR. Be sure to follow if you want more randomizer throughout the tournament. Be sure to follow the Speed Gaming channels from Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6, and and then ALTTP randomizer and ALTTP randomizer 2 through 5. We're gonna be after tonight. We're gonna be taking a week-long break in order to in favor of watching the AGDQ 2020 coming up.
Well, there are a few matches on the schedule that will get covered. It just won't be as many as the last week.
Okay, that's good. So there's still some randomizer if you want to watch it just alongside AGDQ once that comes along. So
Also,
definitely watch it. Let me follow them.
Also on Saturday for GDQ stream, there will be a crowd control race done by crowd control run done by Andy. So I'd highly recommend checking that out. To support the ALTTPR community. If you have any extra bits laying around, maybe save that for that because it'll go to a good cause and be hilarious.
Definitely, yeah. But okay, that's gonna do it for us. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.
Have a good day, everyone.